What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And no, we're not working on the Jenny today, but I do have to move this out the garage. But I got a new part for the Volvo. I told you guys I was gonna start buying more parts, right? So went and got a dual port CBV from Viva Performance. Gonna chuck this in. Hopefully it ain't gonna be too hard. I heard people say you gotta take out the axle and something with the line on the oil cooler, but we're gonna try my way first, and then if that don't work, then I guess we're gonna take out the axle and shit. But first, let's get this out the garage. Get this thing stirred up, and yeah, my paddle shifter fell off. It's right there. There's like little screws that come with it, and basically that's what happens after a while. So I'm just gonna still screw it in, but I'm gonna put some glue on the back. But I want to get a new steering wheel anyway with custom paddle shifters, so I'm not really too worried. I'll just put it back on like it happened plenty of times, so not worried about that. My key is dead, so I do have to do that. Dirty, so hopefully that rain outside will give it a little wash. So yeah, just did that swap, and I'm gonna get the wheel off and the fender liner. You guys don't want to see that, it's just, you know. And then I'll show you guys what I'm looking at and my idea of how to try to tackle it. If that doesn't work, like I said, we're gonna have to take out the axle, which I really don't want to do, but you know, I want this part on, so we gotta do what we gotta do, right? Here's what we're looking at. That red vacuum on there, if you see, that little, yeah, right there, that's where we gotta get at. And it does look like it's a bitch with the axle in the way, but we're gonna try anyway. And yeah, so let's try to handle that. All right, guys, so I tried a bunch of different things, like that extension, cutting that down, and I just got one bolt out, and I was on this for a while, like almost an hour. I got the other one loose, but I just can't, where it is, I just can't keep spinning it. But yeah, so I'm gonna go to Canadian Tire, get a low profile Allen key ratcheting wrench kind of thing, and we're gonna try that out. If that works, perfect. And the oil feed line on this is really tight, and I know this one is way more this one is way more bigger than the factory one. Actually, no, it's not too much bigger, so it should still work. I'm gonna have to change this though. They have adapters in there. Oh, sticker too. Nice. I don't know if I'll use that or not, but yeah, so I'll change that around so it'll be easier. And new bolts, but let's go get that, and then yeah, that looks pretty nice. Yeah, so I'll be back. Gotta go grab that, and then hopefully that will be so much easier to get out. It's a tight spot, I get that. It's whatever, but man, like just with the everyday hand tools, you can't get it with that. So you have to have either a modified tool, or if you're lucky, it'll just like the bolts have Loctite on it. There's some kind of thread locker on there, so yeah. So it's not fun at all. So I'll go do that, and yeah, I'll see you guys when I get back. All right, $40. What the fuck? For this here. $40. Hopefully it works, but we gonna see. All right, little update. This didn't do really anything. Just had to pull the axle out because this bolt, I'm gonna put something under there so I don't break that brake line. There's a bolt back there on the CBV. I got 2 of them out. Third one is stripped. I've been trying for a little bit to get it out. The top one up there, but I can't. So I'm gonna take this bracket off here and then try to get it then. And I'm just gonna beat either a Torx on there or a Torx or a H6 on there, and then hopefully that'll come off. If it don't, I'm grabbing pliers because I know I turned it just a little bit. I'm grabbing pliers and I'm just yanking on that thing, but that's where we're at, sadly. I tried for a little bit to do it without taking out the axle, but I had to, so it is what it is. Honestly, if you guys want to save yourself a lot of time, because I just wasted about probably an hour and a half, 2 hours of messing around with those 3 bolts. Just save yourself the time and take out the axle. It only took me 5 minutes, literally. All I gotta do, undo that. I should just put this back here so I don't lose it. Undo that tie rod end, move your brake hose out of the clip there. ABS, move that out the way. And yeah, you could disconnect it from the bottom too, just drop the ball joint. I found it was easier this way. I know how the ball joints are, I'm just not trying to get into that. So yeah, that's where I'm at. But I am going to take a little break because I am tired and starving. But when we come back, we'll get that out. And then we'll have to put the axle back in again and do all that. So that might be a tomorrow thing. But I definitely want to get the CBV in today. And then I could button it all up tomorrow. That'll only take me 15 minutes at most. But yeah, that's where we're at. It's shitty, but you gotta do what you gotta do at the end of the day. And I tried to take the, not really, I wouldn't say the short way. I just tried to, not do all that work. But it would have, just if I would have done that 5 minutes, that's all it took me, it would have saved me probably like two hours. And that bolt probably wouldn't be as badly stripped. But it is what it is. After a lot of trial and error, you guys see the tools, you guys see what's going on. Had to take the axle, like I said. Started taking out the axle support bracket. Axle carrier support bracket, I should say. And where they got the last bolt to get off, it's right, I can't even really show you because you won't be able to see, but it's right where the compressor bypass valve is, but where that has a bracket on it, where the TCU used to sit, that's exactly what's in my way. But I finally got that bolt moving, so thankfully, buddy from work, he had one of these, and honestly, this probably saved my life because I probably would have gave up a little bit ago if that didn't start spinning. But we got it spinning. Not fast at all. It's probably going to take me another 10 minutes to get out. But we got it moving. So that's that. And you guys are probably wondering, why is that out if the bolt's not out? Yeah, you see it. I kind of broke that off. So, yeah. But let's get that out and see what we got to work with. Because I think we might have to fix up. Well, not fix up, but move around some lines or something like that. I'm not sure. After a while, we finally got it out. See, it's stripped in there. And then, of course, the Loctite. And so when I noticed I actually had this loose, that little cover I was telling you guys about that holds the TCU on, that was actually spinning with it. So if I was spin the cover, this would spin with it. So I was like, okay, yeah, it's just stuck on the cover. So I just hit the cover back a little bit and voila. So all we gotta do now is put that the Turbo Smart CBV back in. And then yeah. So let's start doing that, and then we gotta put the axle in and all that. So yeah. All right, guys. So I got the part in. See through there. Parts on. I ran into that problem with the oil line. So I got that out. Now I just got to bend it back in and get that bolt through. It's hard to do that both at once. So I might have to call my buddy for some help or something like that. Get somebody to hold the line back while I put the bolt in, or vice versa. But other than that, the bypass valve is in. And yeah, so yeah, it's that line came out of some oil came dripping out and stuff, but I'm just happy I got that bypass valve bolted on, honestly. But now it's just that line. I don't know, I'm just gonna take a break for a minute. That's one thing I learned about, like, with this job here, you gotta take breaks, because if you don't, you might as well forget it, man. All right, guys, so got the part on to help my buddy. That oil line, I'm telling you right now, we had to bend that, and it was a pain. But part's on. Everything's hooked up. But, so we disconnected the line a little bit to get the nipple on. And we forgot to connect the line, like tighten it all the way. Started it. Good thing my buddy was sitting here watching. He told me shut it off so the oil dropped all at the bottom, or that feed line that goes right into the block. So now I got a mess to clean up, and I got to run to Canadian Tire to get some oil. So can't get the sound clip now, but when I get back with my oil and my cat litter, clean that up, put some oil in, and then we'll hear how it sounds. Hopefully it sounds pretty good. I'm excited, and yeah. But yeah, I hope it sounds good, and yeah, I'm really excited. Still waiting on my snap intake pipe. Emailed them, they were like, yeah, it's on back order and everything. I was like, well, you guys should have put that on the website, because then I wouldn't have bought it. I would have bought it from somewhere else. I didn't tell them that, but obviously I told them that they should have put it on the website. But anyways, I already ordered it. I'm not going to sit there and ask for a refund and then have to wait and get another one and all that. I'm just going to wait it out. But yeah, once that comes in, I would like to make a mount for this. Mount that back here somewhere. Make this either come straight to here or bend over that way. And I'd like to get my other snorkel here, put it down here, that way it's getting fresh cold air from the front grill. But yeah, other than that, guys, we're just gonna have to wait, go get that oil, and then yeah, torch up the axle nut and all that. Everything else is done, so it's all right now, guys. So I think I already explained this to you guys, but like I put that back on and it's still leaking a little bit. So I was like, instead of changing out the O-rings or whatever, just figured I'd buy a new hose, flexible one. Got it off eBay, like $50. And yeah, that way it's not sitting up against the valve, and there's no stress on the line from being bent. So yep, back at it again. So we're gonna have to jack it up, take the wheel off, and do all that. Hopefully taking the top bolt off the turbo here isn't gonna be too bad. Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, gonna have to take that intake pipe off though. But yeah, so let's get to that. And yeah. All right, old line is out. I'm gonna clean up the surfaces and then we're gonna put the new line in. All right, so that's hooked up. Hooked up. Check the oil real quick. Fuck. And the skid. Okay, it's weird. Woo. Alright guys, so that'll be it for the video. I'll give you guys a little sound test. I took it for a drive. I didn't notice too much of a difference. More so just a little bit of sound when you let off. Just when you're on it a little bit, but you can let off. But it's not too much of a difference. I feel like the thing that's holding it back is the restrictor in the intake going to the turbo. It's holding back all that sound. But then again, it is a dual port, so it recirculates and vents when it has to. So you're not really going to get that sound like my Genesis blow-off valve has anyway. So I'll take you guys for a little drive. You can't really hear it well. So you gotta hear it there, a little flutter. It's not too loud though, but it's really hard to like hear it, especially with all these noises I got going on, the rattles in the car and everything. Look at that, driving right there. All right, let's see. Like, yeah, you can't really hear it too much, but oh, that was a good one. I don't know, you can hear it more throughout the car. You might not pick it up on cam, but it sounds good. I'm kind of happy with it. I just hope that I don't have to go back down there to fix anything. But I appreciate you guys for watching. You'll see more sound clips in the next videos and all that. It's just me recording, so I can't really be outside the car so you can really hear it. But yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Just look out for that YouTube short or Instagram reel that I post on that. So yeah. Peace out, guys. Appreciate the support as always. Have a good one.